If you have a Ford Escape, Mazda Tribute, or Mercury Mariner from about 2002 to 2012 with the ABS light on, chances are you might get lucky and it could just be an ABS sensor. If not, it's probably a broken tone ring. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change out the tone ring. And in the description, I'll put the link to Amazon to how to buy these heavy-duty tone rings. These will never break. They're a little bit thicker and they're a little bit wider. The factory ones are pretty thin and brittle, and after about 60,000 miles they like to crack. So follow along in this video step by step. We'll get this changed out and get that ABS light off. We're going to need to get this axle nut off, and depending on what region you live in, if you live in Florida, you probably don't have any rust right there. It'll probably come right off. But in the northern states where we get a lot of snow and salt on our roads, we get a lot of rust all over our vehicles. You're going to want to use some type of penetrant. You're going to spray it on here. Let it soak for about 10-15 minutes before you try taking that nut off. This nut off, you're going to need a big mammer jammer socket. This is an 1.25 inch socket, and that fits right on there. And you're going to need a large ratchet or a cheater bar, and we'll get that axle nut loose. Next, we need to remove this caliper. So we either have a Allen socket set with a 7mm or a 7mm Allen wrench. There's going to be 2 dust caps back here to remove those screws. And have yourself some zip ties handy, and we'll zip tie the caliper up around the strut spring. You don't want this caliper just hanging off the brake line. Now with the caliper zip tied out of the way, there's no tension on the brake line. We need to remove the caliper bracket, and that's going to be with an 18mm socket. There's going to be 2 bolts holding on that caliper bracket. The caliper bracket out of the way, go ahead and remove your rotor. So here's where the tone ring is going to be. It's going to ride right here. As you can see, there's not one there. It actually broke apart. There's what the old tone ring looks like. So here's the size difference in the heavy-duty tone ring compared to the factory tone ring. Here is your ABS wire. This is your ABS sensor. We need to remove this screw right here and remove this sensor. This is a 5/16 socket. Just be careful removing this sensor that you don't break it. So to remove this, you're going to wiggle it back and forth while pulling up at the same time. It takes a little while. These are usually rusted in. It is plastic, so be careful not to break it. But just keep wiggling back and forth, lifting up, and you'll eventually pull it out. Go ahead and place a small bottle jack underneath here for some support. And we're going to remove these 2 strut bolts, and they are 18mm. So before I get this all the way off, the shoulder right here is where the tone ring is going to ride. We're going to have to clean this up with a wire brush. To get the axle through this hub, I usually just use the other end of a plastic hammer. Hit it right there on the axle and it will come right out. Now we have the axle out of the hub, we're going to clean up this shoulder and put on our new tone ring. And there's no need to take off your tie rod. If for some reason you can't get this out and you need some leverage, you may have to take off your tie rod, but in this case I didn't. Just pulled off right here from the strut, push in or use a plastic hammer on your axle. And this is pretty flexible and it will come right out of your hub. So we're going to get a wire brush and clean this up next. Alright, once you get this all cleaned up, your tone ring is just going to go on here like this. And you're going to have to, if your tone ring is still kind of in one piece, you can use the other one to hammer this one on. Otherwise, you're going to use a rubber hammer and tap this in place, trying to keep it as straight as possible. Once your tone ring is on, it should look something like this, all the way up against the shoulder of this hub. I spray a little bit of water on here just to act as a lubricant. I would not use anything like WD-40, but a little bit of water helps it slide on. So simply slide your axle back through the hub. We'll rotate this up and get our strut bolts put back in. There's a bottle jack underneath here. When you line up your strut bolts, you can easily lower and raise this to get those bolts in. Now before you put the nuts on these strut bolts, I highly recommend you use a little bit of blue Loctite thread locker on here. Just a couple little drops before you put the nuts on. And then we're going to tighten this to 85 foot-pounds. Now we're going to mount that ABS sensor. I'm going to bring the camera in close so you can see the tone ring and how the sensor is mounted and how it reads. So right there is the hole that the sensor goes in, and you can see the new tone ring right there. Now before you put your sensor back in, I would clean this hole out with a little bit of sandpaper, maybe a little bit of WD-40. But you want to clean the rust off and make sure this hole is nice and smooth, so you don't damage your sensor. And now with the sensor in place, we'll go ahead and put the screw back in place. And you want to make sure the sensor is all the way touching the metal. If you have a lot of rust buildup, you're going to want to clean the surface of this off as well. I'm not going to tighten this axle nut all the way until I get the car back on the ground. So next we're going to go ahead and put the rotor on and the caliper bracket. Once you got your caliper in place, you're going to want to clean it off, because I guarantee you probably touched it with some greasy hands at one point during this project. Once your caliper bracket is in place, you're going to want to clean and lube your brake pad guides here and here. And now we can cut the zip tie and put the caliper back in place. And once the caliper's all tightened down, don't forget to put your dust caps back on. And we can go ahead and remove the bottle jack. We don't need that anymore. And don't forget to reinstall your brake retainer. Now we can go ahead and reinstall the wheel. And if you have aluminum wheels, you're going to want to torque to 100 foot-pounds. If you have steel wheels, they're usually right around 60. Now I'll lower the car down and we'll torque that axle nut. Well, some models vary from year to year. This axle nut, you need to look up on your specific vehicle, whether it's a Ford Escape or a Mazda Tribute, whether it has aluminum wheels, whether it's four-wheel drive. In general, if you can't find it, it should be about 200 foot-pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and torque this down and reinstall my center cap. So we'll go ahead and take this for a drive and see if that ABS light goes out. Now this is a four-wheel drive version, and the problem with this is When you first start it up and you take off, it's going to automatically engage four-wheel drive for about the first mile you're driving. So it doesn't know where the tires are. So it automatically engages four-wheel drive. Your vehicle is going to be very hard to turn. After you drive about a mile or so, it's going to disengage it, but your four-wheel drive light's going to flash along with your ABS light. As you can see, the ABS light's still on. I'm going to back out of the garage, see how long it takes for it to go off. And I've went about a half of a block and the ABS light is out. If you've never done this project before, give yourself about an hour and a half to complete the project. It's not too bad, and hopefully this step-by-step video is going to help you out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.